Hello and welcome to Gamers of All Master of None, and today we are going through our first attempt of a Pokémon Platinum Vanilla Hardcore Nuzlocke. If you're wondering where the Hardcore Nuzlocke has gone, that has... yes. Anyway, we start off the game as usual with our shortened handle as our name and the attempt number as our rival's name. And we're going to start off our first attempt with Chimchar the Charbicide as our starter. The naming theme of this run is going to be gemstones. Even though we first have Diamond and Pearl, which are gemstones, we then ended up with Platinum, which is a metal, same as gold and silver. Not sure why, but we still went with gemstones anyway. I'm going to try and remember which names I give each of the encounters I have, so if I have further attempts, which I do because I'm now releasing attempt run rather than just the complete run, I'm going to try and keep them the same. I'm not going to go through all of the encounters as we progress through the story, but we will just go through some of the ones that has been used, especially in notable fights. If you're not familiar, we are playing with Hardcore Nuzlocke rules, which means that we can only catch the first Pokemon we see on our routes, although we do include Dupe's Claws so that we can get more variety of Pokemon. We have to nickname our Pokemon so that we are more attached to them. If it faints in battle, it is dead. If it faints outside of battle, it is also dead. If we get defeated in the battle, we wiped out, we have to reset and start all over again. And a personal rule of mine, the location of where you get the egg is the location of your encounter. The early game of Pokémon Platinum is relatively easy. Our first rival fight doesn't count towards the Nuzlocke as we haven't gotten any Pokeballs to catch new Pokemon. But once we do pick up a few encounters, including Boracite the Bidoof, who doesn't really want to get into the ball, Siderite the Shinx, Bowrite the Budew, Zunyite the Zubat, who again took lots of balls to catch her. Our first proper rival fight was a breeze because Piplup still haven't learned any water type move, and with Bowrite the Budew we managed to take care of Piplup really easily. And before the gym fight we picked up Sugalite the Starly, Scapolite the Psyduck, Melite the Machop, missed our first encounter with Geodude. With so many encounters against Rock, it was more of a choice of who do we take to sweep the gym, and we took Scapolite the Psyduck, just using Water Gun a mere 5 times. The first real challenge and spooky point comes with the infamous Commander Mars fight because she has a really fast and hard-hitting Perugly. In fact, I was so focused on the Perugly that I forgot about her first Pokemon that was Zubat, so I put the wrong lead in, which would have been a lot easier if Siderite was there to start off with. Here's the actual reactions during the Perugly fight. Going to use 1 Leer. Or not. Whoa, that's quite a lot of damage. But you can't do it again. Let's do 1 Leer. Feint attack. Question. Does she have pursuit? Because that could be a big issue. Okay, no, good. Scratch, okay, we lucked out there. Oh, that's a crit. Scratch. Oh, another crit. What the heck? Crash it up kills. Nice. Once we had our first near-death experience, we carry on our way into Eternal City for our second gym and picked up Domolite the Drifloon, Sodalite the Shellos, and Weavlight the Wumpo, which evolved very quickly into a Beautifly. We did unfortunately miss an encounter with Meditite on Route 211 just outside of Eternal City, but we did manage to pick another one up inside of Mount Cornet called Mimetite. Against Gardenia, it was another easy-ish fight, though we do have to use some strategy this time, because Turtwig didn't manage to go down in one shot by Flame Wheel, so we just waited it out using some other moves, trying to just kill it when Reflect finishes, so that way have an easier time against her other 2 Pokemon, which was Cherrim and Roserade. After the second gym, we have our second commander fight, which is against Jupiter. I did manage to bring the right lead in this time, but I also forgot what her second Pokemon was, which is going to be a very bad mistake because Guntank is actually very annoying. Like Mars per ugly, it is fast, it hits hard, and because I don't remember what type it was at that point in time, there was a few close calls just from her hard-hitting attacks, from poison, as well as a critical hit as well. Luckily, Monferno came up with a Mach Punch and just ended the fight with no deaths. But this was definitely a closer fight than I had hoped it would be. We continue on with our journey to try and get encounters. We then miss our second Geodude encounter because it decided to do a self-destruct instead of getting into our
that
ball.
was so close.
And when we encountered an Onix, we got distracted by Cat, forgot that there is a rock move.
No?
Yeah. Oh, what did I do? I fainted. That's for not paying attention. And our Weavlet died. That was our first death of the run. We did manage to get Onix in the end and just named it Onix. There's a lot of preparation going on before the Fantina fight. Wait, what? Can it only learn at Eevee? So both of you can learn Thief. I'm more tempted to give it to Sugalite. Fantina is a major threat to our run because we don't really have any good answers to her Pokemon in terms of both moves and Pokemon. Fantina sends out Duskull. So we will probably get burned here on the first turn. Probably. So we will use Stealth Rock. Future Sight. Force on attack. So let's switch. Let's not switch yet because that comes in 2 turns later. So let's do Sandstorm. Some chip damage. Will-O-Wisp, we do get burned. I want to take the future fight with Umbreon. Oh, we got hit by a Pursuit. 37 with a crit. Yeah, we took the future sight attack. Oh, it actually hits through us. So I switched into Umbreon thinking that a psychic move wouldn't affect a dark type Pokemon, except that future sight ignores type advantage and disadvantages so it can hit through. Luckily, there wasn't a lot of damage to our Umbreon and Stite. We then switch into Sidorite so that we can do a super effective bite onto Duskull because Umbreon doesn't actually learn any dark type moves until later on. That killed with a crit, that's good, we want that. Miss Magius comes out. You know what, I'm going to Roar. Do you kill with Shadow Ball? Is that why you come out? That being said, Sandstorm might kill us. Okay, we switch into... It's going to be random what moves he uses. So we'll switch into Sunyite, which then we also have a dark type move, which is Bite as well. The Shadow Claw. We should eat that okay. We should be faster on the Bite. That kills. Let's just do 1 and see. We are faster, we outspeed. That's what we know from our calcs before. Super effective. So now Citrus Berry comes in. So as long as it doesn't hit another one, or doesn't heal, we should be fine. Confused Ray, that's good. We like that. It means we have a chance. Never give no, that's us too. Let's do a bite. Let's hit through the confusion. Let's go. Oh no. Don't do this. That's quite painful. Side beam. How much are you going to do? Okay. Right, we switch now. Side beam. We also have taught it Thief, which would be helpful. That's 26. So we won't live a crit if that happens. 26. Okay, we live. Dude, does it kill? Does it? It doesn't kill. Now it's going to heal. What we can do is we can do an Endeavor. Bring it back to where we were. Oh, it's normal. Damn. We might still sack him later. Yeah, side beam is fine. So we use what on the side beams. Let's use some sand attacks. -1, -2. -3. That's 15, so we need to be careful of 30. So I think one more hit and then we switch. Right, it's going to use Magical Leaf. Question. Can you live one Magical Leaf and then outspeed? Okay, if we can get you to sleep, please work. Please work. I'm terrified. And then we use Yawn. So you should now sleep. Let's just do a charm. It's not going to do anything other than just let it waste a turn essentially for us. So let's switch into Crobat and hope it doesn't do a 1-turn wake up. Wow, I pressed the wrong one. Shit. Okay, please don't wake up again. Now, Bite should kill. Bite should kill. Never punished. Oh, that was scary. Oh, my man. I was... There's not a good answer to. Following on from the terrifying Fantina fight, we have a few easy battles, including one with our rival and also along the routes to get into our next gym, which is Maylene. I thought I had a plan going into this, but there was a few things that I missed when I was looking at the docks. So we will set up Toxic Spikes. We will switch to Bronzong. Set up Safeguard. So we'll probably use that again. So we will switch to Darivia. We said we weren't going to do it, but we are going to do it anyway. Because it's now going to try and use Drain Punch again. Yep. And we should, again, be neutral to it. It will now try and use Rock Throw. We will use Aerial Ace. Hopefully this kills. Honor Sliver. Rock Shoom. We're fine. Let's use a quick attack. That kills. Mag Choke, which also has Rock Throw or Rock Shoom or one or the other. That's toxic. We will switch back to Bronze Sword. Karate Chop, we should be neutral. That's really close. We're going to switch out because we are so low. Gardevoir is our choice here. Unfortunately, there's no fairy type. We have Guts. That's why. Shit. Yeah, I didn't realize. That will teach me to read the docs properly. Let's pray we outspeed. Okay. I didn't know he had Guts. Yeah, let's go for it. See how it goes. Metal Claw. That's probably okay. Yeah, we definitely have to switch out now. See how much damage it does. A crit. That's good for us. So she's going to heal. We are going to switch. One there was Guts, and then Lucario is also immune to... That was a crit as well. Another crit kills. We're just going to use Air Cutter. Hopefully that kills. That doesn't kill. Shh. So are you going to heal? We're going to gamble. No, she doesn't heal, does she? Because she's... Right, we're just going to Air Cut. Please don't miss. Right, fine. Right. Why is this so close? It shouldn't be this close. Right, at least that's done now. Ooh. We will have the opportunity to properly learn to read the documentation next time. But on the way to the 5th gym, we miss our 3rd Geodude encounter with an explosion. I forgot the self-destruct. Please don't explode. Please don't explode. And then finally managed to catch a Graveler so we don't have to deal with self-destructing rocks anymore. A few more preparations before the 5th gym, and also a rival fight, which is finally starting to be a little bit more challenging, but it is still a walk in the park so far. The 5th gym against Crash Wake, however, wasn't quite so straightforward. And to be fair, it hasn't been straightforward since Fantina. We are going to set up a Toxic Spikes. That does quite a bit more damage than I thought it was. Our Bronzong. So we are now less than half, so he might use a Brine. See how much damage it does. We're fine. We can do a Thunder Fang. I think the only question is whether Floatzel would be faster than us. We kill in 1, that's good. Quagsire is going to come out because it sees a Mud Shot. We should be faster than Quagsire. Toxic Spikes. And we are going to do a Roar. Oh, we are slower. Holy sh... Okay, our speed is low as well. This is not good. Well, there goes my plan. Oh, negative priority. Summary. Oh well. Someone else can take a nice Fang. Infinite can take a nice move. We have Magical Leaf, but we are also dead to Crunch. I think I'm gonna have to sack something to get a safe switch. But sack what is the question? Probably Roselia. Let's see if we can do a safe-ish switch to Roselia first. Yeah, we take an Ice Fang, that's fine. Hurt by Poison, we can also just wait for Poison to do its thing. Let's switch to Roselia now, because it should be a water move. We're going to be slower next turn anyway. Brine. Oh, we might die anyway here now. We're just fine. Yeah, random move time. No, it's definitely Aqua Jet because it's got priority. And it's got a berry. So we can do the same as we did, but this time when we switch in, we're just going to try and do a close combat, I think. It's worth a shot. Oh, we froze. It will defrost if we use Flame Wheel, but Flame Wheel is not going to do anything and we will just die on the next on what's coming next. I'm just trying to save things which might be useful later on. Let's see if a Psychic kills here. Magical Leaf, but that's if we lift the Crunch. No, that's died. Is it going to use a potion next turn? We might wipe him. Okay, fine. But there goes our two counters to her Quagsire, though. We don't have any more grass moves. So it will use either Yawn or Rock Tomb. Probably Rock Tomb. We should be fine. We are very low though. I can set up Safeguard to avoid Yawn, but we can also try and do some damage. Extrasensory. Please just kill. Please just kill. Kill by poison. Please. Please. To be fair, you can probably just use... what's the word? Air Cutter for damage. Is confused. Rock Tomb. That hit through the infusion. That's fine. Because he's probably got a couple of potions as well. Please don't hit through confusion. Please don't hit through confusion. Hurt by poison. Nice. One more. Yep, we kill. Oh, finally. Such a tough battle, this one. Just because things didn't go to plan. Or rather, I made a silly because I used a negative priority move. Well, that was one of the hardest gym that we have ever done so far. We earned the badge. Nice. We now chase a galactic grunt across a couple routes. When are you gonna stop running? Just to beat his ass because he set off a bomb. With 2 members down, we have a few new encounters as well as clearing the Psyduck of their headaches and head into a very misty area where I forgot to pick up defog previously, so now we are going to have to go through it without DHM. But actually it wasn't too bad. I was using high accuracy moves as well as short hit moves as well, so it was easier than I expected. With that, we get into Celestic Town and have our first encounter with Cyrus. And it was really a piece of cake. Boss of Team Galactic, Cyrus, the 27-year-old who looks like 40. I think he's 27 or 20-something-ish. Other than the series of unfortunate events that was Golbat. Extrasensory should do quite a bit of damage. Doesn't kill, unfortunate. Hyper Potion, that's fine, we just do more. Do one more. Oh, we flinched. Please don't flinch again. We flinch again. Supersonic. Again? One last time, we're still not there to crit yet. We flinched. Right, we're switching. Thunder Fang, we're faster? What? No, that's just 36. That should kill. With a crit. Before we can get into 6th gym against Byron, we have to fight our rival again, and at this point he becomes a little bit more difficult. Thunder Fang. Hit through. Thunder Fang hits. Yeah, it's going straight to Quagsire, it's fine. And then Roserade will come out after this. Earthquake. That should kill. Bronzong. We resist the Mega Drain. I was just afraid it would do Toxic Spikes, but we can extrasensory that. Well, we are slower. Probably should have just switched to Infinite rather. Doesn't kill. We safeguard, so we probably can't get poisoned, so that's what I'll switch in later. Napoleon. Okay, so we switch out back to... Voila! Yeah, we're fine on the Toxic. On the Toxic Spikes. We do an Earthquake. Oh, that's close. Why is that so close? We shall switch. Intimidate, Aerial Ace, that's fine. We can do a Thunder Fang. And then we can switch Break. We should resist that. We're low though. Crobat, Unite. Why was I thinking to go to Infinite? That makes no sense whatsoever. Nice Slash, we live that. And then we just kill. That was closer than expected. I didn't want to have to lose Quagsire just before the gym. I think I have done something similar before. So good that we got away with it. Our 6th gym leader. So far we only had deaths against Wake in the gym fight. Let's hope we don't repeat that mistake. Trapezoid, we go Flame Wheel and Flame Wheel. Or Flame Wheel and Mach Punch, depends. Probably Flame Wheel and Flame Wheel. Yeah, we can do another one. Metal Sound, that decreases our defense, I think. Special defense even. Which is fine. Because the only other special defense attacker is Steelix. So we can do a pivot here. Yep, okay. We then switch again. Sandstorm is fine. Or we can yawn first. Might as well. Earthquake, we should tank this fairly okay. Yeah, that's fine. So you should go to sleep next turn. We can take another one, because that was 45. A crit's going to be 90. Felix goes to sleep. Also the light is fast asleep. We have the rain up, so our water damage is going to be more. 50% more, I think. And I think muddy water has more damage. But very low accuracy apparently. We hit. That's good. That should kill. It's got rock head, wherever that ability is. We probably should have checked that first. I just saw it wasn't sturdy. So the rain is still up, probably for another 3 turns. So as the citrus berry, it has sturdy, so we need to kill it in 2 turns anyway. Likelihood is going to use taunt, but we can just use water pulse. If it needs to kill in 2 turns anyway. Super effective, that was 70%, 75%. It's going to use the citrus, so it won't use a potion. Next turn, it's confused. If you hit yourself in confusion, that would be great. It doesn't. Metal burst. We should live? Question mark. So that was water pulse in the rain. I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to go for it. Let's go water pulse. We are faster. It might just mean we miss out on the kill. We do. But if you're hurting self your confusion, that would be great. So we are now also free to switch as well, because you should be healing. Full restore, that's fine. We can do a flame wheel and then a close combat, just in case. Stone that shouldn't kill. Actually, it might kill. Iron defense. That might have been a mistake. You are now going to use Stone Edge. Why am I so stupid? I don't have any special moves. Should have used Code Combat to start. Is what I probably should have done. That would have killed if it wasn't, if I used it first. I might die now. Oh, I didn't. We are dead to crit, but we are fine. We are outspeed. Nice. That was Byron. That was a little bit closer than I would have hoped, but it was fine. We got our 6th gym badge. The 2 Team Galactic commanders weren't too much of an issue. The only thing is that I don't really have much of a good answer against their Bronzor, because Saturn's Bronzor has an iron defense, which means that Flame Wheel doesn't do a lot of damage, and Mars's Bronzor has extrasensory, which means that it does a lot of damage to our Infinite. Not remembering that I actually have a Ponyta in my PC. After spending way too long trying to solve the ice puzzle meant for a 10-year-old, we get to level up and prepare our Pokemon to fight against Candice, where I made a little bit of an error. Gyro Boy is better, apparently. Reliable. What did I do? Oh well. I didn't mean to do that. The one time I prepare for my gyms and I do this. Great. I'm scared to go into the gym, but we're going to go into it anyway. Am I ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Candice don't have a lot of Pokemon on her team, but the combination of Abominstow's Snow Warning, but also Frostgrass's Snow Cloak is going to make it very difficult for us to land moves reliably. Right, Candice, we're going to start off with a Flame Wheel. Feint Attack. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that was a crit. Nice. Let's use a Safeguard while we can. Stone Edge again. We're still slower. That was a crit. That was 27-ish. I don't remember the first number. It was meant to be a Gyro Ball, but we accidentally deleted the move while we were prepping this. Kill. Doesn't kill. Once we get another hit, we might die to crit. In all honesty. Because I don't quite remember what the crit number was. You probably have a few more hyper potions. Nope, just using the one. 17. Fine. Okay, I thought I was going to use Earthquake. So it's either Focus Blast, Water Pulse, or Avalanche. It's not going to use Wood Hammer on us. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch to Gastrodon so that we bait out Wood Hammer, and then we can do a safer switch into Wood Hammer with Rapidash. That's the plan. Because we need Sunny Day. We should be fine. We should be fine. Yep. No longer protected by Safeguard. So, yep, Wood Hammer. We should be fine. Yes. There's going to be now a Water Pulse coming our way, but we need to set up a Sunny Day, and we should be faster. We are faster. We are going to get a Water Pulse. Oh no, we're going to get a Focus Blast. We live. It's random move time, so safest for now would be Medicham. Avalanche, that's fine. We reduce snow damage anyway. Use a Force Palm. Are you... No, not quite. Wood Hammer. Unfortunate. We're going to do a Mach Punch. Full restore, of course. We can use a Flame Wheel. We should kill. So Frostgrass has Psychic. So that's probably what he's going to use first. I didn't bring my Umbreon. I should have brought my Umbreon. Sunlight faded, so it doesn't matter anymore, but it doesn't have Slowpoke anymore. Let's just do a hard switch. We should be able to take a Psychic from a non-stab Psychic. Should being the term there. Intimidate's not going to do anything. Oh, it just used Double Team. Why didn't you use the Psychic? Doesn't matter. We will crunch. Double Team again. That is now +2 on Double Team. We're just going to keep going because we can't do anything about it. +4. Blizzard. We might wipe. Oh, she missed. We missed. There's 2 more Blizzards, I think. Double Team, that's going to +5. Muddy Water, we still miss. That's 5. A crit. And a crit. See if I'm fast to set up a Sunny Day. We are slower. There's Shadow Ball. We wipe here, I think. Double Team. Let's set up a Future Sight. That's now +6. Can you not do anything to me? Wait, I thought that was +6. Anyway. Shadow Ball. We might die. We survive. Extra Sensory miss. Future Sight failed. We are slow. We don't die though. Special Defense fell. We miss. We are going to die next turn. Yep. That is GG for us on attempt 1. So unfortunately, that is the end of our first attempt on Pokémon Platinum Vanilla Hardcore Nuzlocke. We have learned a lot on the way, and none of it is going to waste as we carry on attempt 2, which is ongoing at the moment at the time of recording. So follow along whether it is live or after the fact. If I have provided you with entertainment, like and subscribe, and there is always more on my channel. And I'll see you on the next time on Gamers of 4, Master of None. Bye!